Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to TechNodeFirmaCraft. So in between episodes I went up to the north and got a whole bunch of fruit. I have that here now. I have quite a few olives, some green apples, the peaches, red apples, and then just some miscellaneous stuff. I also put the blackberries in here and I've been eating on those. And I have made a little bit more vinegar as well. And I forgot I have a barrel of salt water on my back. So let's go ahead and set that down here. Now, I said we were going to go over the pickling process today, so let's go ahead and do that. So I want to grab some vegetables, and I think I've got one here. Yeah, this one. Has a little bit of carrots in it. We're going to remove our decay and stack that up and just drop this guy in there. So I have a full stack of carrots here. So what we do with this is we put a full stack into a full barrel of brine. And now, of course, the brine is made with salt water, 9 buckets of salt water, and 1 bucket of vinegar. But if we seal this, it will say that it's brining. Well, after it's done brining, we get this brined vegetable, in this case a carrot. And then this needs to be placed into a barrel of vinegar. Now this will pickle the product, and as long as it stays in vinegar, which this will use a little less than half of the contents of the vinegar, I believe. As far as the amount that it uses is concerned, I've found discrepancies on that, and I should just take a look at that. But once it's pickled, it does not use any more vinegar. And it will basically keep forever at that point, as long as it's stored in the vinegar. Now, one thing that I found out on the wiki that I found kind of interesting is you can take these vegetables and cook them. And if you cook them, it actually decreases the rate at which it spoils by the looks of it. I'm not sure how that works, but it looks like it decreases the rate at which it spoils. So I may start cooking the food before I pickle it. I don't know. I just have to see if that actually works, but I am getting a little tired of this at the moment. Now, right now it happens to be about the 10th of October, so I've got about 20 in-game days before I have to head back up again for the oranges. And now, if we take a look here at the map, I found a whole bunch more fruit trees over here, and this was an incredible find here. Apple and an orange side by side, but I've got more plums and cherries. I had a lot of olives that I found. There's an olive there, an olive there. That's a lemon, peach, cherry. There was a bunch of them. Another orange, apple, cherry, and I have a huge area here that I have not explored, and I'm willing to bet there's a lot of fruit trees in that area. And, well, speak of the devil, there's one there's one there. So I probably should have spent a little more time up there, but my inventory was completely full. I was out of food. It was not a good situation. So yeah, I'll just head back up there again when I get the oranges. I'm not going to worry about that. So what I want to do in the meantime is get a little bit more work done on the base. Now we have this nice little area here. We've got a mountain over here and a big hill over here, a little bit of a mountain over there. And I want to utilize some of this, but I think I'm going to take this hill right here and use it to be the location for the keep of the castle. So of course we have to try to make everything secure against zombies, and so I'm going to have a very large walled area. And so I'm going to put my house there and then wall out around it. I don't know if I'm going to include that hill or not. We'll just have to see. It's going to take a lot of resources to do this. And actually, when I think about it, I do not have a whole heck of a lot of rhyolite left. So I might have to head back up into that area to get some rhyolite anyway, because that was up in the north. But for now, I have a lot of trees to clear off and dirt to level down, because like this entire layer here is 1 block too high. So I've got a lot of stuff to do there. It's going to take me a little while, so I'm going to get to it, and I'll see you guys in a little bit when I've got some of that done. So I needed to come out and get some rhyolite, so I figured I would come out here to this ravine where I had seen gold. This is regular gold, 50 units per gold ore, and I've gotten quite a bit of it. So that's really nice. I am really happy about getting this gold. We will need that later on. But what I'm more happy about is all of the rhyolite cobblestone that I've gotten. So that's 17 stacks plus a little extra. So that should be plenty of rhyolite now to do at least a little bit of work, and then when I need to do this again, I will just come out and do some more digging here, get some more gold, and things like that. But I have been working on the base area, and I've got quite a bit done already. But like I said, I did run out of bricks, so I needed to come out here. Now, hopefully, what I've got will carry us through at least, I would say until we can have a protective wall all the way around our area. So I'm going to get back to the base because it is a long trip back there, and do a little bit more work, and then I'll bring you guys in and take a look at it. Well, I have been doing some major excavation here. I have quarried down a huge section of the hills here, and I think I'm going to remove that hill as well. But I have brought the, well, call it the seawall around here, and I kind of screwed up a little. Now, one thing that I have wanted to do, and I am getting industrial hemp there. We're going to have to be getting into immersive engineering really soon. But anyway, one thing that I want to do here, I'm going to push this area back and deepen it down, and then I want to have one of these areas here go down to a set of docks. And I made a mistake in making this an even number of sections. There's 10 sections to this, and there's also 6 of them over here. So one thing that it looks like I'm going to have to do is push this out. Well, that would be 4 more blocks, and fill that all in. And by the way, that takes a lot of dirt and gravel to fill that in. Now I might start filling it in with cobblestone because I've got so much cobblestone from this that I had to put a couple more chests over here to handle it. I've completely filled the chest over here that has the schist cobblestone in it, and I have a huge amount of the schist smooth stone here since I've been quarrying, and then I've started filling this one, and you can see I still have a lot of rocks and stuff in my inventory. So there's a lot of work to do here, but also I've got to figure out how I'm going to transition from this seawall into the actual castle wall, and I was going to try it with the same basic design. It does not look good. So I'm going to be changing that, and I've got to do some work to try to figure out what I want it to look like. But got a lot of excavation to do here. I'm going to mine a huge area of this down to this level, which this has all been brought down here. And I'm going to bring a huge amount of it down to this, and then this hill here where I want to build the keep for the castle, I'm going to kind of make terraces going up it, probably 2 of them, so maybe 5 blocks tall, and gonna try to put some things on it for decoration and things like that. So yeah, I suppose I'm gonna get back to the excavation here, and I will see you guys after a little bit. Well, this is not something I expected to see. So I was getting ready to head out to get the oranges, and I started going through my ceramic vessels trying to find some empty ones, and my peaches are already over 50% spoiled. So I am going to have to be going through my fruit real quick and removing all of the decay here And I think it might be a good idea to go ahead and pickle as much as I can before I head out and grab the oranges. Now, one thing that I found out that's kind of interesting, and this seems quite a bit different than the last time that I played. First off, it only uses 1 millibucket of vinegar per ounce of food for pickling, but the other thing is the decay seems to go up a little bit during the preserving phase. But very definitely I need to go through my fruit here because there is a lot of decay here in the fruit. So I'm going to go through it and do what I can. I'll have to get quite a bit of whatever brine made up, and I don't have much seawater, and I don't know how I'm going to be bringing a lot of seawater up here. But I got to figure out something. I don't know. I'll get going on that, and I will see you guys in a little bit. So one thing that I totally spaced off is the fact that I am in a tropical area. So if we pull up F3, we can see the average biome temperature here is 26.34, and our current temperature is 18.85. Now, food spoils very rapidly at this rate, and so what we need to do is a trick that I learned from Bloody the Great in our last map, and that is to get up to build limit. And at that height, we can actually have our food last almost indefinitely just in a chest. But so what we're going to do a little trick that he showed me, and that is we're going to stack up some blocks, and then what we're going to do, and I guess we'll actually go here. Let me just remove these. So I'm using some maple here. I don't see any problem with doing that. But so what we're going to do is we're going to take some of our lumber and place it here on the sides of the blocks. So if we look at the blocks, this dark line here marks the center of the block. So if we can keep the lumber underneath that point, it acts as a half slab. So we can put a plank there, and then we can put one here. Then we put one here, there, there, and there, and this acts as a ladder that works very quickly. And the main reason that it works so quickly is because of the fact that we're moving forward still at the same rate that we normally walk, but for every 1 block that we go forward, we can go up 4 blocks. Now that is tremendously faster than a ladder can ever be. And so what I need to do now is get all the way up to build limit doing this, and then move all of my food up here, and I'll also move my food prep area up there. And then anytime that I need food, I will just run up this little ladder here, and then when I need to get down, I will drop down into this water. Now this is going to be a temporary fix until we get refrigeration, which will come later on via mechanism. But for now, this is the solution. So I am going to get this built up to build limit, build a little platform and move everything up there, and then I will be back. So I am up here at the top of the world. I have my little area set up here. I have only 5 chests for food actually. I have in here my grains, in here my proteins, in here is fruit, over here is vegetables, and in this one I just have potatoes, which I could put this into the vegetable box, but these potatoes will most likely be made into vodka for preservation purposes. So I went through and cut decay off of everything. You can see it still will decay up here, but it doesn't decay nearly as fast, and that is because right now our temperature is below 0. Now that is, of course, as the sun is coming up, but also our average biome temperature has dropped. What is going on there? What time of the year? It's still late autumn. It's the 9th of November. So we're now up to 4 degrees, but now if we drop down to the water down here, we see the average biome temperature goes up to 26.39, and our temperature currently is 22.09. And so, yeah, that's quite a bit different, but this is the great part, how fast I can get up there. Now, we are currently at Y149. The platform up there is at Y240 or 254, I think. And so we're gonna go up to the top. And we get there quite quickly. Look at how fast the Y coordinates are going up. Now, most jetpacks don't even go that fast. So, yeah, we are at 254, so that is in excess of 100 blocks in that little amount of time. So I think that's pretty good. But I have gotten myself a little bit of sandwiches made up, and I have a few vessels. I'm going to grab a few more. And I don't remember where I put them. In here. So I'll just go ahead and seal this up, but I am going to head up north and see about getting some of those oranges and things like that collected up. And maybe I'll find a few more apples, I don't know. But I'm going to head up to the north, grab all that fruit, come back here, and then I will meet you guys back here and we'll take a look at what I've been doing with the building. So I am back at the base. I have gotten tons of stuff for food while I was out and about. I got a whole gob of corn, and yeah, I got a little bit of wheat here in my inventory, but I have some oats and red apples, a bunch of saplings, barley grain, and I have a zombie head that I picked up while I was fighting some zombies, so I think that's pretty cool. I'll have to take that downstairs. But then I also have my barrel, and the barrel has quite a bit of stuff in it. We have a whole bunch of seeds here. This one is almost completely full of wheat, completely full of oranges, green apples, more corn, green beans, bear, red apple, more bear, and more oranges, and more red apples. So there's a lot of food here. I don't have to worry about that for a little while, I guess. But so I need to get all of this placed into the various chests, and you can see the decay on the food is quite low this time around, which is really good to see. So these must be a little older. They've got a little bit more decay on them. But I got to get that all cleaned up, because our next thing that I want to take a look at, aside from what I've been doing down here, is the possibility of getting a couple of cows down here. But now another thing, of course, we are going to have to get an animal crate for this. If we look at the map and we switch over to the animals group, we can see that I found sheep, donkeys. But there are tons of sheep in this area right here. So sometime in the near future, we are going to have to go up here and get some sheep in an animal crate. Now, the animal crates do take iron bars. And iron bars, sorry, I was looking up diamonds. The animal crate takes iron bars. Now, the iron bars we can only make with a steel chisel of some kind. It requires a minimum of a steel chisel, but we can use red, blue, or black steel as well. And the iron plates are not hard to make because we can use wrought iron plates. But yeah, we are not quite to that point yet. But like I said, I gotta get all of this food put away into its appropriate locations, and then I'll go down there and we'll take a look at what I've been doing down there. Well, I think it's pretty neat. I set my render distance up to maximum, and it is absolutely ridiculous how far I can see, and the chunks are still loading out here too. I mean, this is out in the marble area where I've been digging. I mean, that's how far I'm seeing. This particular mountain here, on the other side of it is where I found the redstone. And if we look at the map, I mean, that is clear down here, I think. That can't be that far away, can it? Yeah, it is. There's all the rivers and everything like that. So yeah, that mountain is either this one or this one. I'm not sure which, but wow, that's a long way to see I know I was seeing all the way out to the edge of this. I was seeing way out over here somewhere in chunks that I hadn't even explored yet. I mean, yeah, this, you can really see a long ways when you go up to 32 chunks. I can't hardly believe that. But so let's go ahead and head down, take a look at what I got going on down here. So this is always fun, just to jump off of there. And eventually I'll get the dock set up so that we don't have to have this ladder here. And also I took out a row of the maple trees. I have planted pine, aspen, and chestnut here because I kind of want some different wood types. We have tons of maple, a huge amount of sycamore, which I will never use the sycamore as logs. It'll only be used as planks. We have a lot of the acacia and a decent amount of oak too. So yeah, there's no use for that. Also got tons of the industrial hemp now, so we have quite a bit of the fibers as well as a lot of the seeds. Now the seeds we will be using later to make seed oil, so that's kind of a good thing. Before we get into immersive engineering, before we get into immersive engineering, I'm going to want to get an automated farm set up for this. And we'll probably get one set up for the sugarcane as well because it's the exact same farm. We will have to go down and mine some of that redstone first for that. But what we've got going on over here, I have leveled out a very large area. I got rid of both of the hills that were here. And like I said, I'm keeping this one. This is where I'm going to build the keep. But I have still been kind of doing a little bit of digging here to make it a little bit more to my liking. Unfortunately, once again, I ran out of dirt, as you can see here. And so I'm probably going to have to head out to an oddball space and get some dirt. But now underneath, this is kind of an interesting thing that happened here. As I was digging here, I started having cave-ins. So this is the edge of the ravine over here that I am right next to where I'm digging out my iron. So what I did here, if I can find the entrance, it's over here. I have started filling this ravine in to avoid those cave-ins. So this is what I'm using all of the schist cobblestone that I have on. So I've also made a barricade wall here because zombies were coming over to the entrance and breaking the ladders. So yeah, zombies will snuff torches, break jack-o'-lanterns, and break ladders. What jerks. But I have filled a huge amount of space here, and I ran out of the schist cobblestone. So yeah, we're gonna be having to get more and more of that. I was using the andesite cobblestone that I'm getting from the iron mine down there to backfill the wall now. So the wall, I extended out that space that I was talking about in order to be able to have an odd number of the panels for the dock, and I backfilled that with andesite cobblestone. So yeah, if we dig out this dirt here, it's andesite cobble underneath. But so now we have 5 sections over here and 11 sections over here. That will make it a lot easier to be able to make docks or things like that. And I have decided what I want to do over here. The issue was I couldn't figure out how to transition from the seawall into the main wall of the castle. And then I thought, what an idiot I am. I'm going to build a tower here. So it is nighttime, so I won't be able to really show anything. It gets way too dark at night to see anything. So I will work on that tower through the night, and hopefully when the morning comes, I will have something that I can show you guys. Well, I will be perfectly honest, I don't know if I like this. So I've been trying all kinds of different things here. I tried building an actual tall tower here, didn't like that at all. Tried some different designs, didn't like any of those. This is kind of more what I'm looking for. I have this filled with dirt on the back side, and we can actually see that a little better over here. I haven't completely filled it all in, but I have a fair amount of fill here on the back side, so I would be able to put some trees or something like that back here. I can also put lamps on top of these bricks, but I don't know if I like the way that this looks. So, of course, here we have the rhyolite bricks. These have been chiseled. And the really unfortunate part about chiseling bricks in TerraFirmaCraft is that you better have them right in the first place, because if I break these, they disappear. So that is very unfortunate. Now I have a couple of sections like that with just the rhyolite bricks, very bland, no color contrast, nothing like that. We do have a little bit of depth from the chiseling, but aside from that, not really much going on there. Now I decided I would try this. I have some marble mud bricks. Adds a little bit of color contrast to the wall, but I don't know that I really like the look, and once again, because this has to be chiseled, if I screw up, these bricks are gone now. So, and those take quite a bit too. It takes one marble dirt, one ball of clay, and one piece of straw for each one of these bricks. So, and it's a long process. We got to make wet bricks, dry them out, craft them into bricks. Yeah, it's kind of a long, drawn-out process. Now this over here, I have sandy brick stairs from Railcraft. Now these I can actually pick back up and place back down. Now that is one distinct advantage. They do have a slightly brighter color than these marble mud bricks, and I don't know if they quite fit here. Now Railcraft has a few other bricks that we can use. We have the abyssal stone, which is made with ink sacks, bleached bone stone bricks, which is made with bleached clay, which is just a clay ball with 3 pieces of bone meal. We also have the blood-stained bricks, which I used quite a bit of these in Season 1 of TechNodeFirmaCraft, and that is rotten flesh inside of some bricks. We also have the frostbound bricks, which is lapis, which we don't have a lot of that yet. I need to go back out and do some mining on that. But I don't know, the blue would probably be more for like a roof or color accents, something like that. Not the type of thing you would use for a wall. The infernal stones is kind of the one that I was wanting to look at, but gray dye, once again, these ink sacks. So that would mean that we would have to go and do a lot of squid killing out in the ocean. Not really looking forward to that. We can get gray dye from some flowers, but I don't think that we can make those flowers grow. Now we also have quarried stone, which is just bone meal, and then the sandy blocks, or sandy stone, which is just a piece of sand. And I guess we have the nether blocks too, but these we can't make because, yeah, we need to find some petrified wood first, and we don't have any of that even located yet. But so there are a bunch of bricks available here. They all have slab and stair variants. Of course, their variants are made with a chisel and hammer, so it's not quite as easy as traditional crafting, but those are available. And I'm kind of wondering if one of the other blocks wouldn't look better than the rhyolite bricks in here, but this really ties it together with the area down here in the seawall. Now, one thing that I had thought about was having everything below this level being the rhyolite bricks, and then everything above be something else. And that actually seems to work, but I don't know for sure what blocks to use. This is always the biggest problem with TechNodeFirmaCraft. There's tons of different types of blocks to use, but they're all difficult to get. So I don't know what to do for sure. I'm going to ask you guys if you like any of these, or if I should continue looking for something else. This is the basic idea of what I want for the wall around the base here. You know, no mobs are going to be able to get up here, skeletons can't shoot us over it, and at the same time we can easily get out by simply jumping up here and, you know, don't even take any damage because it's only 3 blocks of drop. So there's plenty of stuff that I can do with this. I've also got plans for a little bit of an arched gateway to go through this in places. Now I guess another thing that I forgot to mention When I started building this tower here, I realized there was a little spike of stone and dirt here and a couple of large sycamore trees. I realized those needed to be taken out. So this area here has been removed fairly extensively. There was a lot of stuff to pull out of there. And also I did this. I think this is kind of cool. I did a little bit of chiseling of the stone blocks coming up here into the graphite mine. So I think that's pretty cool. And this is the type of little details we'll probably be doing elsewhere too. But I don't know. Like I said, let me know if you guys like any of these. And I'll continue to explore other options in the meantime. But I think we're going to put this on hold probably for a couple episodes because we've got a few things that we need to look at tech-wise in the next episode because we are out of time for today. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or something that you'd like to see or anything about the building, please leave that down in the comments. And I will see you next time. Bye.